for sure.
Well, that does it for us at 5 o'clock.
Fox 13 6 o'clock news starts right now.
So that we can keep everybody safe and still enjoy our great beach.
Getting back on the sand, but see what will be different at one popular beach.
Friday, they put her on the vent, and from then on, it was just pretty much downhill.
This is one of the latest victims of the coronavirus, but her story is different because she was a nurse.
There's 22 known pests and diseases that come in from Chinese imports.
And one of those imports, citrus. And Florida's officials are soured to the fact that the U.S. is buying citrus from China.
From Tampa Bay's number one news station, this is the Fox 13 6 o'clock news.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kelly Ring.
And I'm Mark Wilson. So glad to have you with us tonight. First up here on this Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Well, you know it. We're talking about phase one. It's almost here. It's Florida's go slow approach to reopening. Begins on Monday when people will finally be allowed to go back into restaurants, retail stores, and medical offices. It kind of stops there. Even then, there are a lot of ground rules before we take some further steps. Let's bring in Fox 13's political editor Craig Patrick to kick off our coverage tonight. Here to show us what we can and can't do. And perhaps most importantly, Craig, what happens next?
That's exactly right, Mark. For context here, before we get into the specifics in terms of what opens, keep in mind that telecommuting to work is still encouraged and social distancing guidelines are still in place. So maintain distance as much as you can and continue to avoid socializing in groups of 10 or more. And people who are particularly vulnerable, we're talking about seniors and people with underlying conditions, they should, despite the phase one reopening, continue to restrict their interactions with people outside the homes.
Well, even though restaurants did get the green light to reopen dining areas, some are still holding back for the time being. Julie Curry owns Bacon Babes in Tampa. She says the safety and health of her staff is her top priority. And for now, she'll just stick with takeout and delivery. Same goes for Joe Dodd. He owns King of the Coop in Tampa. And he says indoor dining for his business may be over for good. Restaurants like Waterview Grill, though, and Jackson's Bistro on Harbor Island, they do plan to open on Monday, but they tell us it is a work in progress.
It'll take time before everybody finds their stride and we can open up a more full capacity, but we'll get it all worked out.
We've got a beautiful patio space, so we're fortunate in that regard. And we're just looking forward to getting back to some sense of normalcy. You know, it's going to be a long time before things are normal, but this is a step in the right direction.
Well, Jackson says they plan to have a full menu available on Monday. And retail shops are also allowed to reopen on Monday, like restaurants. They also have to have a 25% occupancy limit, and they must follow social distancing guidelines. Employees at many stores are busy sanitizing and cleaning and getting ready for Monday. At Downtown Dogs in Tampa's Hyde Park, Monday can't come soon enough.
A long couple weeks without being able to be interacting with our loyal customers, and we are very excited for Monday to come because then we can be able to be with our dog families again.
And if people still don't want to come into the shop, Downtown Dogs is also offering curbside pickup.
All right, now this 35-mile stretch of beaches in Pinellas County will reopen again on Monday, and the city of Clearwater is taking one additional step to make sure people do space out when they get out there. Fox 13's Dan Maddox joins us now live to explain how they plan on controlling the crowd. Hi there, Dan. What'd you find out?
Hey there, Mark. You know, Clearwater Beach, easily the most populated beach in the county. They have something called beach ambassadors, but really the mayor here asking everybody to just use common sense.
Sounds good. Dan Maddox tonight live on Clearwater Beach. Thanks very much. We've also learned that beach restrictions will be relaxed a bit and beach parking will be allowed again in Sarasota County starting on Monday. Now, Sarasota County beaches, remember, they opened 3 days ago, but once you get there, you may have to keep moving. Sitting and sunbathing are not allowed on Sarasota beaches. That's not the case in Pinellas. But that will change this coming Monday when visitors can stay as long as they want in Sarasota. Also Monday, Manatee County beaches will reopen. They've got a 2-hour time limit on parking. And remember, you must maintain some socially distancing and also avoid coming in groups, like Dan said as well, in Pinellas of 10 or more.
Loom over our city skylines, turn to the Bay Area's most trusted radar, Fox 13 Sky Tower Radar.
Fox 13 Sky Tower Radar Weather is sponsored in part by WeatherTight Windows.
Be a smart cookie. For windows and doors done right, call WeatherTight Windows today.
All right, it's been a 1-2 punch for Florida citrus. First, we've had all the crops devastated for years, several years now, by citrus greening, and then now, most recently, of course, coronavirus.
Yes, and add to that the U.S. decision to import certain fruits from China. Republican Senators Marco Rubio and Senator Scott sent a letter this week to the Department of Agriculture asking it to reverse a decision to let 5 varieties of citrus fruits be imported from China. Florida's Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried, who is a Democrat, also sent a letter questioning that move.
There's 22 known pests and diseases that come in from Chinese imports, and the fact that we could potentially be jeopardizing our current agricultural products and increasing the just competition with our own citrus industry.
And in their letter, the senators called importing fruit from China irresponsible, given the fact that citrus greening, which is fatal to fruit, also came from imported citrus.
And now, Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado with your Sky Tower Radar forecast.
It looks like a winter sky, doesn't it? Deep blue sky, very, very dry air for this time of year moving into the state. The first day of May Day, looks incredible. Lots of sunshine, temperatures around 80, low humidity, a lot of wave action too. Got gusty west and northwest winds. Here's a look downtown. Pretty much unlimited visibility. Step outside tonight with this crystal clear air mass and the fact that, air pollution has been reduced because of not as much fossil fuel burning. The sky has been crystal clear under situations like this. The visibility is incredible. Check it out next couple of nights. Get about a half a moon overhead tonight, and check out Venus. Very bright in the west-southwest sky after sunset. 75 degrees downtown now. West-northwest winds continue. They'll be diminishing when the sun goes down. Numbers are in. Rainfall now for the month, actually for the year now, 9.64. We're catching up. 79 was the high and 67 degrees the low this morning.
Fox 13 Sports is sponsored by Reeves Import Motorcars. Hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, one premier experience. Shop now at drivereeves.com.
Not going to lie, going through some Brody withdrawals. I mean, I found this video, and this is Seattle Seahawks General Manager John Schneider on a Zoom call as his pup Charlie it looks like he's hopped up on milk bones, man. Jetting back and forth, kind of hard to focus, and appears to be a golden retriever like Brody. But again, Charlie, he could not hold a candle to Brody's 7-day forecast. But at this point, it seems like we're all missing a lot these days. People going out, watching sports. Now, while hockey, hoops, baseball, golf, they're all discussing returns to action in late June or July, NASCAR, they are ready to hit the throttle come mid-May. NASCAR officially announcing plans to start May 17th. So here's a peek at that schedule for the 3 Series and the Cup schedule. 2 weeks from Sunday, they're hitting Darlington for their first race back, a race that you can see right here on Fox 13. Then again, 3 days later on Darlington again. Then the following Sunday, the traditional Memorial Day weekend race at Charlotte, followed by another midweek race there at Charlotte. No fans, of course, in attendance at these NASCAR stops. They will limit team members as well and staffers for each one of these races. It's hard to believe that last NHL game, March 12th. So here we are as we roll into May, hoping this thing can get going and we can maybe get some NHL playoffs here this summer, guys.
Oh, I hope so. But it's been so wonderful seeing all the family stories of all the players, the NHL, everybody. It's just been really interesting to see their kind of their backstory, and just it makes you care about them more. So thank you for bringing that to us.
It's just this time of year we never have that kind of access to for sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Good stuff. Scott, thanks. All right, still ahead here tonight at 6:30. The coronavirus continues to hammer our economy. New jobless numbers are out today. And one Democratic governor has to say about that to President Trump.
Also coming up tonight, members of One Generation are saying the coronavirus outbreak is hitting them especially hard. You're going to hear why millennials feel that way when we come right back.
Fox 13 Sports is brought to you in part by Reeves Import Motor Cars, driven by a higher standard.
I think next year is going to be a spectacular year in terms of growth.
Now at 6:30, positive outlook why the president sees promise. And today, one governor told him there is a tough road ahead for many states. The Flynn investigation, newly released documents about the investigation into the former national security advisor may mean a presidential pardon is inevitable. And birthday wishes, the surprise serenade a World War II vet will never forget. But we're going to start tonight back here in the U.S., where intelligence agencies are debunking a conspiracy theory about the coronavirus. They have concluded the virus was not man-made or genetically modified, but still aren't certain if the pandemic resulted from an accident at a Chinese lab. Meanwhile, there's more talk of opening the economy as a new clinical trial provides hope for those suffering from the coronavirus. Fox's Jonathan Seary has the very latest tonight from CDC headquarters in Atlanta. Well, stocks fell on Wall Street today after more bad economic news about the economy and the damage it's done caused by the coronavirus outbreak, of course. The Dow dropped about 288 points. The NASDAQ was down 25 and the S&P lost 27. The European economy is also taking a beating during the coronavirus pandemic, with the European Central Bank doing what it can to help out. But there is some good news coming from Europe. Word of a new vaccine trial for the UK. Fox's Amy Kellogg has the latest from London.
Helena, thanks. Meantime, he fought for England during World War II and turned a fundraising idea into millions of dollars. Just ahead here at 6:30, see the birthday surprise for 100-year-old Captain Tom Moore.
All right, let's take a look at tonight's top local stories. A nurse who worked at Seminole's Freedom Square Nursing Pavilion has died from COVID-19. Marjorie Blackman passed away yesterday. She worked at this facility for 15 years. As restaurants and retail stores plan to reopen on Monday, other businesses feel left out right now. Places such as gyms and hair and nail salons are not allowed to reopen yet. Owners of those kinds of businesses were surprised by the governor's order, and they say they will have to find other ways to bring in revenue. And Pinellas County beaches will reopen on Monday, but things are going to be a little different. In Clearwater Beach, police and lifeguards and something new called beach ambassadors will be on the lookout, reminding people to stay at least 6 feet apart. They will be helping people space out and disinfecting high-touch areas like the parking pay stations.
And now, Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delegado with your Sky Tower radar forecast.
So I tell you, it's really, really nice outside. It really is. Here's a look on a Bon Appetit restaurant cam looking at Clearwater in the distance. Here's the map in motion. Cold front moves away. Here comes high pressure from the west. It'll kind of sit over us for many, many days. Initially, it's a little cool, low humidity, but eventually this time of year with high pressure over us day after day, it really starts heating up. So by the middle of next week, we'll approach 90. It'll turn humid as well. But enjoy tonight. Enjoy the weekend. It goes like this. Clear, cooler, comfortable tonight, 63. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, delightful for May Day, 81 for high. And on Saturday, more sunshine, low humidity, and 85. Next chance of rain not until Thursday of next week. But all in all, with the rain we just had, it's a pretty good forecast. We're back in a few minutes. Don't go away.
Nearly 24 vehicles assembled at St. Pete College for a very special retirement ceremony. How they celebrated with one of their colleagues is what's right with Tampa Bay.